Hi folks, so this is our last week in Cowell, so we're getting ready to move on next week, and Brenton's just airing up the tyres to make sure they're at the right level before we install the new iCheck TPMS. So for all the you numbers people out there, I'm not too sure what we're running. What are we running?
So front 36, back 45.
And caravan?
Caravan, we're going to run 65.
It says 75 in the manual for the caravan, but yeah I think 65 should be plenty.
So this is our new iCheck TPMS. So this is the unit that goes on the dash. It Bluetooths to all of these monitors. You can see the monitors in here. So it Bluetooths to these guys. So what it does is it registers the pressure. These got a little pressure sensor in them. Pressure comes up on here, each one of these guys. The new bit about this is that in the old one, what you needed to do was have two pressures actually set in.
So
you had to manually put the pressures in of the tyre pressures that you're running, and then think about what you would let your tyres down to in terms of either gravel or sand or whichever was going to, and then set the second lot of pressures in.
So it made it really tricky if you're changing your tyre pressures all the time, like if you're on a gravel road and then you're on the beach and then you're on bitumen again.
So with this one, it's a lot simpler. Basically, you just unscrew these, air it down, screw them back on. That then registers.
So basically, every time you screw these guys on, it resets it automatically.
Yep. And the other thing with this one is the bearing temperature monitors. So we'll put them onto the van, and that'll keep an eye on the bearing temperatures on the van, which is really cool. New one. And this is actually where all of the new software is actually in here.
Woo! Hang on. I'm just going to get a rag. Look how dirty that is. So they come with a little non-slip pad type of thing.
Just. And then this goes on here. Just like that. So this is also solar powered. So it's got a little solar panel on there. There you go. That's the easy bit.
They also say to fit these on cold tyres. So we're doing it first thing in the morning.
The wheel sensor location, they're all numbered. So we're on this one here because we've got a caravan. So we'll just go around and change the monitors.
So he's just turned the main thing on that sits on the dash. So you can see they've all got numbers on, and on the little map thing it's got which number goes on which tyre. So number 5 is for our spare wheel for the troopy. And then number 8 will go on our spare wheel on the caravan.
Needs a bit of a clean. So there you go. It's all registering.
So good. Love it. Right, next job.
So that's just like a degreaser. So we need to make sure that the surface is really clean. Dry. See how even that little bit. Awesome, like that. This is our little temperature sensor. It's going to go in the middle there. And essentially you just peel this off the back. Pretty much that's it. We'll put the
So while we've got the caps off the tyres,
we're going to torque the nuts just to make sure that they're the right torque setting. Right, so what I've done here is already preset the torque that I require, which is 140 Newton meters. So we'll just start, and we have to do this in a proper pattern. So we're going to start up here at the top. We'll call this one number 1. There you go, you hear that click? That is perfect. And then we'll go down to down here,
yep,
which becomes number 2. So that's that.
number 3 will be
And then number
top
3 is
right.
this one. Oh. See? Hear that click? That's actually the spring in here going, yes, you're at the right tension. It's number 3, then we go over here to number 4. And then across there to number 5. And then up there to number 6. There we go. So they're all pretty much at the right torque setting, because it clicked pretty much straight away. Typically, if you're on rough roads, corrugations, you probably should do this at the start of every day, because they will rattle loose.
And this is pretty much why we don't have our awning up while we're here in Cowell, because it's always really windy.
So there we go, one wheel done, on to the next one.
So we didn't want to buy a big 1 litre alcohol cleaner, something like meth or... So we're just using a kitchen spray, which is a degreaser basically, so hopefully that'll do the job.
Doing a good job of cleaning, that's for sure. Once again, just taking the... There we go. So what we're going to do now is we just press this onto the cap here. Just hold it for about 30 seconds for the glue to do its job. The idea is that when you're doing this, I don't think you drive, or you shouldn't drive for about 24 hours. Allow the glue, 3M glue, to cure properly. We're not leaving for another week, so we've got plenty of time. It's pretty much as simple as that. Now that's a good safety check. Plus we now have these temperature monitors on there. We're good.
So there you go, there's another one of our jobs done. Woohoo! Hey folks!
Hi guys, how are we this morning?
So it's another day. Well, I don't know, it might even be afternoon if you're watching. For us it's another day. I got called into work yesterday, so we didn't finish doing what we wanted to. So today's job is to try and get the Starlink stuff
just tidied up so that it, when we travels nice and easy. When we want to set it up, sets up nice and easy.
So we've got this front fridge storage area. So we actually keep our fridge in the car.
Yep.
And don't use this.
So we basically just use this for storage for stuff. So we're going to try and put the Starlink in here, just to make it easy for us, easy to get at. The other thing too is that what we have done to set it up is we've actually got ourselves a sort of mini inverter. 400
watt inverter. So I sort of put it up on the Not Grey Nomads Facebook group that we were thinking about Starlink, how have people set theirs up. So it was suggested that we get a smaller inverter. Two reasons. One, our inverter is under our dining table seat, so access is difficult.
And there's no external plug for that either.
So when someone suggested using a smaller inverter, one, it uses a lot less solar to run the smaller inverter than the 1000 watt inverter. Right. And two, we can actually set it up in our little tunnel boot here at the front, and we'll show you a little bit more of how the setup works. So it's all outside.
Yep.
So we're not running any cords into the caravan from outside.
Yeah, so we don't have to have windows open or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of talk you through as we go, but that's kind of what we're up to today.
Yep.
So we need to mount the inverter and...
tidy up the cables.
Brenton's brought a cable coil thing, so that'll tidy the cables up as well. And we also invested in a Starlink bag to store it in.
So this is from Drifter. It's got a really nice solid base on it. A couple of bits of carpet in there. All fits in there really nice, tidy, and most importantly safe. So basically we pack the Starlink up. Goes in there. Bob's your auntie's brother.
So it is actually, because Brenton's dad's name is Bob.
Yeah. So what we're thinking we'll do is we'll mount our inverter here, just inside the door. Part of the reason for that is so that it's close to the Anderson plug that we hook it up to. We've just got to make sure we allow enough room to put the plug for the Starlink modem into here. What we'll do is probably put this foam strip on here just to lift it up a little bit and to protect any vibration while we're traveling, because this will actually come out. This just sits here, and then it's nice and neat. It's right here at the door, easy.
So step one, the inverter is mounted. Hopefully it'll work okay in that position. So that's our setup. Brenton will run through the front panel access.
So basically we've taken out one of the filter panels. This is originally a fridge slide boot, so you need some air. So what we've done is taken out these filter, or one of these filters. At the moment we have just taped it up with a bit of plastic, but I'll make a more permanent plug for here that will seat the cable running through it. So when we're set up, we put the plug in there with the cable. Away we go, like that. So we get no water ingress. When we're traveling, take the plug out, put this baby back in, and away we go. It's a pretty simple setup.
So it also means that we can lock the tunnel boot, and it's quite safe there as well.
Yep, so this is fully lockable. The other thing is we've got no cables, none of this Starlink cable coming out through windows or doors, or sticking a hole actually in the caravan. This is already here, the power's here. We've just put a little mini inverter in here.
We only turn the inverter on when we're actually using the Starlink. If we left it running all of the time, it would just run our battery down too low.
Yep.
So yeah, unless we're actually on the computer.
Yeah, we're on the computer and using it, we switch it on.
Yeah.
Probably will get a remote on-off switch, which I can actually run through already these cable glands that are here. Run it inside so that we can actually don't even have to come outside to switch it off or on. But that's a future project.
So as you can probably see, we've gone with the iCheck World 400 watt pure sine wave inverter, and it seems to be doing a really good job.
Does a really good job.
Yeah.
Pure sine wave inverters for things like computers and that sort of stuff is the go.
From the comments that we got on the Not Grey Nomads Facebook group, you can use less than 400 watts.
Yes.
So I think a 2 or a 300
2 or 300 is fine.
It's fine to run your Starlink.
But iCheck didn't have a 200.
Yeah, so all of our other stuff is iCheck, so we've just stuck with it. So that tidies it up nicely.
Yep. So with the reel that we've got with the inside here, basically we can unroll that out to its full 30 meters. So if the dish is under, or the van's under trees, we can roll the dishy out to wherever we need it. So I think it's a really good, easy option if you're looking for something easy for your Starlink setup that doesn't stick holes in your van. So the other thing we're doing today is putting this on the back of the caravan. Now, when we did our way with Cameron, he basically pointed out that although they're not a legal requirement, if you do have one on, they do actually have to be legal. So if you have a look at the bottom here, class 400 reflective and a number here. So
and where it's from as well.
Yep. So for insurance purposes, if you come to a roundabout and you need to go over into a lane or partly over into a lane to make the corner with your caravan, and someone cuts inside of you, if you have one of these on, you are legally covered. If you don't have one of these on you and they cut inside and damage your van, you are probably liable. So
I think Cameron said like any combined vehicle that's over 7 meters long, sometimes you might have to go out into the other lane to go around corners or whatever. So this just ensures that you're covered for that small amount of time that you do ingress into another lane, and you know, the unforeseeable happens. There is a particular place that you need to put it on your van, so we've just cleaned the surface off and we'll stick it on.
So there we go. Really good addition.
So that's our jobs done for today. We have brought a fridge slide and surround, which Brenton's organising, hopefully fingers crossed, a local fella to fit that for us. Just having limited tools and limited time, and we really would like to get that installed before we start travelling again on Monday.
Yep. So I've got a fridge slide and a barrier goes around the fridge slide, so essentially it's going to stop anything falling against the fridge.
So yeah, hopefully we can get that done this week.
I'm going to give him a hand because it'll be a lot easier if I'm putting stuff together while he's doing the install footage of
whether
that.
we get footage or not, I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah, hopefully it all pans out.
Yep.
So, hope you've enjoyed this video and it's giving you some useful tips
And we will see you next video.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Send us a comment. We really love getting feedback from you guys. It encourages us to keep sharing what we're doing.
Yep. So this is Outside Null, over and out.